Okay, gang, this should be interesting. This is from a channel called Watch WWE, and it's 10 shocking WWE moments that went horribly wrong. Now, obviously, when we do something like this, we might see some stuff, as we can see here from the opening frame, that we've seen before. But I don't know about you guys. It's just, I just love this business. I don't mind seeing them again. These big moments, it's fun seeing how things went well, went wrong, whatever the case may be, over and over. So, and of course too, that just makes me wince every time. Oh, damn.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on.
But what I was going to say is,
once you're done,
the reason I go through these is there's going to be spots too that are not repeats.
You can only watch failed choreography so many times before getting bored.
Poor Booker.
If you're a real psychopath like me, you get
I know we said that before, but his reaction is so genuine, so real, and so recognizable. You know, as I said before, when you say words that you immediately just want to grab back. Oh,
choreography so many times before getting bored. If you're a real psychopath like me, you get excited when the real shit starts hitting the fan. You know, when your electrical starts fucking up. Yeah, that's the fun stuff. We like to think we have control in this life.
Was ugly. Who was that?
That's when the real shit.
Was that Enzo? I couldn't tell who that was.
If you're a real psychopath like me,
wow.
You get excited when the real shit.
Oh, whoa, man, that's a vicious clothesline.
Yeah, that's the fun stuff. We like to think we have control in this life, but you never know when a laundry machine's just gonna fall from space and smash you in the fucking head.
Who the hell was that?
Take some shots to those moments.
Oh yeah,
maybe not.
I can watch that beating over and over and over. I enjoyed that one.
These are 10 shocking WWE moments.
Yeah, I can watch the Acolytes kick the shit out of the boys as many times as many times as they'll show us.
They were an ECW tag team comprising of a couple dudes who infamously did not give a shit. Had bad attitude.
I've told you guys before, I'm not a big Public Enemy fan.
Anyone who doesn't know the Acolytes, strap
huge Ron Simmons fan.
Sean Farouk, also known as the APA, were essentially
not a big JBL fan.
They take out any trash you wanted and provide.
But in this instance,
necessary. In fact,
I was with JBL.
Stands for Acolyte Protection Agency.
Whatever
they are in kayfabe, they are the go-to handle the new kids on the block team to throw at anyone who doesn't feel like doing business behind the scenes. When Public Enemy did their thing and pissed off the locker room, APA did their thing. And
it's more than that. At that level, it's not that you're feeding people to them. It's not like the Indies. It's that, as we all know, Public Enemy were douchebags.
I know it's 2015, and technically without Rollins, they aren't the Shield. But Ambrose and Reigns kept their buddy friendship going for a long ass time, and I just like calling them the Shield too. Get over it. When the Buddies, which is the alternative name for these two, found themselves facing off against the Wyatt family,
I don't remember this one.
And claimed to have a backup on their way. Well, before Chris Jericho could come out and lay claim to being that very partner, some random fan dressed up in Shield showed up and stood himself between Roman and Dean.
Whoa. I will. Well, you guys know this. I don't need to share that. But for anybody that isn't a fan of the business necessarily and happens to be cruising by and happened upon this, don't go into the ring during a wrestling show, whether it's here, the Indies, wherever. See, depending on what state you're in, but most of the states would cover this. That's considered, if you come into that ring because of what's happened so many times in the past, the wrestlers being stabbed, being accosted so many different ways in a serious manner, you dive into that ring, all bets are off. That wrestler can do whatever they need to protect themselves. They are allowed to assume that you mean to do them deadly harm, and it's not going to be pretty what happens.
Dude just chilled for a second before being ran out by security, obviously. And hell, even for a second, he had Bray Wyatt pointing him down and laughing, which is like perfectly in character with what Bray would do.
With Bray.
Well done, Bray. And well done, random dude running in the ring. You probably didn't prosper from this moment, but you sure made my life easier.
Yeah, But Bray pointing and laughing is staying in character for him. It really is. That's perfect.
Bite. Considering how
That's
often
perfect.
Jake the Snake Roberts has that Snake Damien with him.
Oh, the time he bit Savage?
Happened at least more than once that I know of. That being said, a snake still bit someone at least once in WWE history, so I will happily be continuing my life just talking about that business without ever actually approaching that business. Back during a feud with Randall Savage, the snake played quite a prominent role, with Randy and Miss Elizabeth's celebration being spoiled with a
I remember seeing that. Wasn't Savage genuinely scared of the snake as well?
Was more memorable
I don't remember. That may not be true.
After one of Randy's matches, Jake came out to drop the snake atop the Savage body. Yeah, that's gotta sting. Tore into Randy's bicep. This actually came up on the Viceland show, The Darker Side of the Ring, and Jake told a little story about the Macho Man forcing Jake to be bitten first to prove that it wasn't venomous. So Jake just sat there for an hour after being bitten by the snake, waiting for Macho Man to just let him leave. According to Jake, he was not very happy.
That's pretty good.
Number 7, AJ.
And I always, again, I never wrestled at this level, but being in the business for as long as I was, you always try and put yourself in that situation. I admit I have a twisted sense of humor, and I don't have a fear of snakes, so it's easy for me to say. It would sting like hell at the time, but I would probably laugh about that later, because it's like, okay, we're doing a spot with a snake. I got bit by the snake. Now, given that it's not venomous, what the hell? You laugh about it. Come on, a snake bite's any worse than the things we would do normally in a hardcore match?
Debut.
Ooh, easy, dude.
This one's annoying. Such a simple little example of how WWE can screw up even their own biggest, most fantastic moments. Because
what happened? I don't remember that.
AJ Styles' debut was incredible. Back in the 2016 Royal Rumble match, Roman Reigns kicked things off against Rusev before throwing him out early and just kind of waiting inside the ring for his next opponent. Who was that fateful number 3? Of course, Enter the Phenomenal One.
Yeah,
of course, don't show it to the folks at home, as everyone in attendance could clearly tell it was AJ, but for anyone watching on the WWE Network like I was, we were treated to an unrecognizable theme and then like a 17-second close-up on Roman Reigns for the entirety of AJ walking.
Really? I don't remember that.
No big deal or anything. That's just the biggest free agent in pro wrestling.
Wow.
Confirming the rumors that he's signed to your company and showing up at the Royal Rumble. No big deal, Roman. Number 6.
That surprises me. I mean, again, now you guys know when we talk the business and storylines and stuff, I want Roman to lose the belt. That has nothing to do with disliking Roman, because I don't. I have nothing but admiration for him. I would have thought he'd put that over bigger.
Bryan gets tired.
Of course, he's better now than he was then.
I feel fucking tired now. Number 6, Daniel Bryan gets fired. The Nexus's WWE debut back in the summer of 2010 might have predated my time just a tad bit, but wow, this feels like one of the most significant moments in modern wrestling history. Without seeing it live, it still feels like the epitome of a just nobody group walking in and destroying things. I know the Shield was a way better faction, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Group, their longevity, the whole package is there for the Shield.
They had some good guys working in that Nexus, though.
You don't forget your first. And the Nexus's first appearance, their very first, the debut, was legitimately perfect. The way it felt, the authenticity of these dudes attacking not just the wrestlers and the referees, but also the commentary.
I agree. I think that was pretty well done. I agree with that.
Without commentary, we're just watching these people that we don't know destroying the ring. The way they literally tore the ring apart down to the wood and the concrete on the outside. It was unlike anything else you've ever seen before. Hell, it was so real that Daniel Bryan ended up getting fired for it because he thought it'd be a good idea to choke out Justin Roberts with his tie. And, I mean, he was right.
Oh no. Dude.
Number 5,
What the Undertaker. Hell? What the hell? You're not gimmicking that at all, bro. And isn't Bryan Danielson, wasn't he an MMA fighter or a shoot fighter of some sort? That's not a really good idea to yarn on somebody's
Taker's fireball
like that.
I love that it'll always be a part of history that some dude sent a fireball at the Undertaker. I mean,
I don't know if I ever saw that.
Can a sentence get? Plus, it happened within this very decade, the same decade we're still living in, and I don't know why, but that makes it stranger. While 2019 Taker was kicking Shane McMahon down, 2010 Taker was
terrifying.
Getting hit with fireballs. I'm sorry, just the fact that it's a fact is so worthy of repetition. Elimination Chamber 2010 was an interesting pay-per-view. Batista was on the cover despite not being advertised for the event.
That was horrific watching that.
Cash in his nothing. He cashed in his nothing and was given the WWE title match. Okay, on the other side of the Brand Sports Championships was Chris Jericho taking the World Heavyweight Championship. Maybe, just maybe, it had something to do with the champion at the time being hit with a goddamn fireball.
Okay. Oh shit! That
Number 4.
That actually that actually makes me feel uncomfortable. You know, especially somebody I admire like that. Oh man, huge respect for. That's terrifying.
America the Beautiful. Howdy, Wicket. You may be asking, how could the lovely patriotic anthem be a moment that went wrong in WWE? Well,
please tell me.
It's tradition for the song to be sung for WrestleManias.
Yeah.
And back at WrestleMania 14, that shitty DX band decided to give their rendition, and spoiler alert, it was god-awful.
Oh, no. I don't remember that. I probably blocked because I've watched every WrestleMania.
Booker
I'm sure
drops the N-bomb.
There it is. I probably have selectively muted that from my memory. That was probably on purpose. That wasn't post-concussion syndrome.
With you guys, I know I say the greatest moment in wrestling history so much that it may as well be a goddamn catchphrase at this point.
Right, because, well, the thing of it is, we've talked about this before. It isn't even so much, okay, he slipped. Everybody, it happens. It's unfortunate for him, but he slipped. But it's just his expression, his reaction is so beautiful.
Like, in real life, this is up there in terms of my favorite moments. Or at least funniest moments to joke around with the boys. Everything about it, man. The intensity leading up to it. The integrity Book had in his voice while saying it. The integrity he clearly dropped right afterwards.
He's one of the best ever. He really is.
It's all just cream of the crop, folks. I
suppose such an entertaining guy.
For this list to exist and only one thing from WCW is making the cut. But I'm happy that it was this one. Number 2, Shane.
I'll never stop enjoying that reaction. I don't care how many times we see it. I'll never stop enjoying that. And this
Shane
too,
McMahon and the Undertaker.
That, as I said, this one makes me cringe every time.
Part of WWE's system for over a decade by 2001.
That's a stiff bump too, over near the edge of the ring like
each
that.
Other on a pay-per-view in 2019. Literally the night that I'm recording this. I'm sorry, something about that just bends my mind backwards a little bit. Back in 2001, though, at the King of the Ring pay-per-view, Shane McMahon took Kurt Angle in what's become a pretty legendary matchup.
Pretty legendary, I was going to say.
Masterpiece.
This
obviously it's a McMahon match, but the streak stipulation led to some pretty damn good moments. You know,
if the Undertaker or Mankind Hell in a Cell is here, as far as legend, this one's right there.
However, for all the good it brought to the table, one singular plate over there in the corner managed to overshadow the whole meal. Rest in peace to Shane McMahon's neck after that glass.
That was just that was so hard to watch.
Almighty Shane McMahon.
I remember watching that live. I was honestly scared he wasn't going to move again.
Thrown with a suplex.
And number 1,
and
Enzo Amore.
you see Kurt look right at him like, oh shit.
Concusses himself. You know what?
Oh, because that was Enzo at the beginning. I don't remember seeing this.
Someone just 100% totally screwing up. A moment that didn't go as planned, not because it was the fault of two people mixing things up and a miscommunication or whatever. Just one person royally fucking up. Yeah, that's what a sick bastard like me enjoys watching. And hey, why not put the blame on the internet's former favorite punching bag, Enzo Amore, for finding a way to literally concuss himself during a match. Cheers, Enzo.
That was horrific. Oh man, you guys. Yeah, that could. In all seriousness, and I'm not overstating things, something like that could end you up in a wheelchair. Again, I don't know how many of you guys have been in, a wrestling style ring and how thick and firm those ropes are. But clotheslining yourself at that speed and at that angle with that head snap, again, he's lucky he's still walking. He really is.
And those are 10
and I didn't even know about that one.
That didn't go as planned. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments down below. After like the video, subscribe.
Wow, that was good. We saw a lot of I saw a lot of clips I hadn't seen before. Found some things I didn't know. But Enzo there, I can't even imagine the pain of that one. And the Undertaker and the Fireball that was disturbing to watch.